Good day, everyone. Today you're going to see trail terrain details from Lance Creek to Woods Hole Shelter. And you're also, as a real bonus today, going to see Arnie learning to do the PCT method for hanging a bear bag. You'll really want to see this.
It is pretty funny.
Obviously, you probably need a little more practice.
Everyone have a blessed day. A few birds are talking to each other this morning. You can hear the stream down below. And we had a nice quiet night. Both slept really well. There you can see the sun peeking through. A beautiful day, looks like.
Good morning. Nancy and I are here at the Lance Creek campsite. Today we're headed for Slaughter Creek. There's rumored to be a site where a battle took place between the Cherokee and the Creek Indians. Obviously some time ago.
And have a blessed day. So I guess it might help us to know how much elevation we're doing this morning right off the bat. The first mile we're going to be gaining about 100 feet going up Baker Mountain and kind of across it into another area. We came from down in that hole down there somewhere, headed up 350 to 400 feet. Beautiful day. Couldn't ask for a prettier day. A little bit warmer though, so that's going to make it tough, but there is a breeze.
We climbed 129 feet before we started this overall.
About 150 feet or so, maybe a little more. How you feeling this morning, G?
Well, I feel better than I thought I would. I feel about normal, really, to be honest.
Good. Normal is good.
Not normal.
Normal is the best we can do. All right, well, we'll keep on going north. And we're headed uphill. Looks like our total going up this morning actually is going to be about a total of 550 to 600 feet elevation, but we have presently come up a couple of hundred of those, and we have reached a creek bed that is dry, which we knew it was dry. In wet season, I guess you'd be rock hopping across here, and then it goes downhill over here. But it's dry now. We never did find out about the smoke smell, and last night we heard airplanes, and G said they sounded like they were dropping water or chemicals, but we haven't seen or heard anything yet, so we'll hopefully find out here somewhere along the way. Beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Beautiful day.
There are a lot of rocks and boulders and huge downed trees in this particular section we've been going through. It's really kind of a neat looking area. A little interesting and different, and these trees have been here for many years, according to my more knowledgeable hiking partner. And we are headed up that way. A little precarious through here. Both being extremely careful. Those young fit hikers do stuff like that, they make it look so easy. It is not easy for us. But it's still fun, right? Beautiful day, beautiful day, beautiful day. We're starting to see the mountains through the trees in the distance. So here you can see this log is in the hole left by this tree many years ago. And it would have carried out all of the dirt from this hole. And over the years, the rain has, of course, washed some of that dirt off the roots for my grandchildren. Over the years, you know, bugs get in all these trees, different types of little creatures, and then bigger creatures and bigger animals come along and go digging into this wood, looking for them for lunch or some kind of meal, whatever. It's part of the way that nature works out here. And another really large one right here which looks like a pretty good place for me to just rest for a second. And the reason they call autumn fall, I guess it's because the leaves fall. That was not a very strong breeze, just really lightweight. So these leaves are just waiting for a little assistance to fall off of these trees. And for a while we had this narrow ledge walking again. Now it's spread out a little bit, so it tends to make us a little bit more comfortable. So you're coming uphill and you're coming uphill and you're looking ahead and all you can see is this and you're thinking, oh, that might be the top. Maybe that's where I'm headed for a while. And then you turn and you look and, oh, gee, look. It keeps going up. We are presently at 3110. And we're headed to about 3328, I believe, is the high point. So we got a couple hundred more feet to go in elevation before we reach our high point for today. And then it's downhill, like I said earlier, to where we're going to break for lunch. And I misspoke, that high point today is 3428. So we've got about 300 more to climb in elevation before we head down to a break for lunch. Just when you are convinced that you can't go another step, your body's telling you you can't go another step, you reach a little place like this, which is a great place to sit, and you get a bit of a view like this. Those fall colors are coming through more and more every time we have an opening. For all I know, we're going to be climbing that one. I'm not sure which direction we're looking in. What do you think of this little place, G?
That's awesome. Not in the literature,
Yeah, quite a surprise.
but a pleasant surprise. Looks like we got a little forest fire smoke off in the distance.
Still haven't gotten any information on it though. We know absolutely nothing about mushrooms, but I'm going to take a picture here. Get my friend Larry to tell us what they are. So we've been standing here talking to James, and James, is okay to video you for YouTube?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, tell us who you are, what you do, what are you doing out here?
So I'm James Lotzenheiser. I am a wilderness ranger for Southern Appalachian Wilderness Stewards and the Forest Service. It's a partnership between the two. And I come out here and work in 7 different wilderness areas in North Georgia, 4 of which are on the Appalachian Trail, so I get to spend a lot of time talking to awesome people and working in awesome places doing different things.
Good, what do you got in the white bag there?
I've got a little bit of garbage that is materialized in some form or fashion along the trail and now is materialized in here.
Great, well thank you so much for what you do and for picking up all the trash that people leave behind.
Glad to be here.
That we certainly aren't supposed to do, but thank you that you are able to pick it up and carry it out when you find it. So how much water are you carrying with you?
I started the day with almost 3 liters and I probably have about 1 left.
Okay, great. So where'd you start today?
Woody Gap?
And then you're headed back to Woody Gap?
Yes, ma'am.
How far north did you go?
To Girard.
Woody Gap to Girard and back, so that's about 8.5 miles total?
Somewhere around there, 8, 10, something like that. I'm not
Okay, 8 to 10 miles, somewhere in there. Great, well it's really cool to meet you,
Likewise.
and thanks for all you're doing.
Absolutely.
Well, as so often is the case, when you're doing overall elevation gain, you'll come to a section where the trail will take you down again before it takes you back up, so you lose what you've gained. And in this case, we just lost close to 100 feet, which means we've got about 200 up now instead of 100 to get to our high point for the day. And while it's nice to have these easy downhills, you're really kind of sorry when you see them because you know you're going to have to make it up and going back uphill. Been a little tough.
Downhill was nice.
Yeah, it was nice. Now we get to make it up and go back up. Now it turns back uphill, and I think there is one more little downhill, and then hopefully we'll get to that high point soon. We have finally reached the high point of this particular uphill we've been doing. We're at 3,428. There's a little open area over there, and I think we're going to go ahead and park there and have something to eat and then it will be downhill to Jared Gap and uphill to, we've decided to stay at Woods Hole Shelter tonight, not have to set up the tent. That will be a real blessing. Time to take a little break and eat. So we just came across Hooch.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it okay if we put you on our YouTube video?
No problem.
And he has just gotten to this point from Katahdin. Why don't you tell us about it? When'd you start?
Started on June 1st. I guess we're at mile 2150 something right now, and plan on finishing tomorrow at Springer, and it's been a heck of a ride.
Well, that's really neat.
Everyone should hike the AT.
Well, that's great. So are you headed back to school or to work?
I went to the University of Georgia, and I just graduated, so
cool.
I'm gonna work.
Yeah?
A job waiting on me, so.
Well, that's wonderful. Glad to hear it. Well, thank you for letting us video you, and God bless you. Hope
you.
everything
God bless
goes
you
well
too.
for you. Bye-bye. We'll just watch you walking down the trail there.
All right, I'll see y'all later.
That's what.
Trip.
Yeah, you too. That's what someone who's already been 2,000 miles looks like when they're hiking. Number one, he's ultralight, looks like, and moving as if it's just no strain whatsoever. Of course, he just graduated from college, so pretty young, pretty fit, and looks like he had a great time. We are here at Jared Gap, and this is a private road that comes up through here. There is a campsite over there. Check out the sign here. So 5.6 miles to Woody Gap to the right, 5 miles to Neal's Gap to my left. And I'm actually looking for something up here because I came up that road the other day. That road connects to a trail that then takes you to Lake Winfield Scott. So we, a few days ago, because there is no water up here, and because we knew we might potentially be out 3 nights, possibly 2, possibly 3, and the weight of all that water, well, we just couldn't carry enough for 3 days. If you look through those trees, there is a blue bag hanging that appears to be intact, which I'm going to go get because I put it there a few days ago with water and some food. So let's go see if it's still intact. So yes, friends, there it is. Food and water intact. Now, you notice, I don't know if you can tell how high that is, but you know, I used to be able to throw when I was younger really well. Boys always picked me for the teams because I could throw so well, but I can't anymore. And me getting a rock up over that spot on that tree probably took me 30 minutes and about 30 throws until it finally, I slung it just right and it made it. Now we just have to see if I can untie the knot I tied. G is our knot person, not me, so there's no telling what kind of condition this knot is in after 3 days. And there it is, just like I left it. So we'll give it a try, see if I can get it down. I managed to get the bags down, and now it'll just be a question of can I get the rope down without it getting stuck around all those branches and whatever up there. Worst case, we lose a rope, but I think I'll be able to get it. Okay, well that video ended with me talking about how hard it was for me to get that bear bag rope up over that tree limb, and that I really wasn't very knowledgeable about knots and didn't really have any experience with them. So today we went out and it was 30 degrees.
Yeah.
My hands were really cold with wind. I don't know what the wind chill was, but it was probably 40 degrees, but the wind chill was around 30. Anyway, so doing this with gloves on wasn't exceptionally easy. But anyway, you're about to see my attempts. First he tries to teach me the knots, and I'm kind of getting them, but I'm going to have to practice them 50 to 100 times over several days before they really do sink in. And I just want to say, when I was 11 to 12 years old, 10 to 11 to 12 years old, I could throw a football 30 yards spiral to the moving target, whoever was running out for a pass, perfectly. I mean, I really could throw when I was a kid, but, well, I'll just let the video speak for itself. I've finally made it once towards the end. All right, as was discussed in that previous video I was talking about it, I'm not I'm not adequate to throw the rope over the tree limb or tie the knots and hang a bareback, and so we're going to actually do the PCT style. G's going to work with me on the knots, and then he's going to work with me on tossing the rock over the limb. So there's 3 knots, right?
Yes, there's 3 knots. The first thing you're going to want to do is tie the bowline, which is going to make a loop that you're going to put the lark's head in to hold the bag of rocks.
Okay.
So to do the bowline loop, you're going to want to stretch out about 1.5 feet worth of rope. Something about like this right here. Then you're going to take it and you're going to make a loop.
Make a loop.
And you're going to bring the loop over the rest of your rope.
Okay.
So that it looks like that. Then you're going to bring it around and you're going to bring the end of the rope up through the loop you just made.
Okay.
You're going to take it around and under the main part of the rope.
Up around this way, over here, now, this way.
Yes,
Okay.
up and under, and then you're going to bring it over and back down through the first loop.
I've actually got it in inside. It's 2 loops it looks like, but maybe that worked.
So you want to pull this one.
Oh, I want to keep the loop.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you want to
Okay.
keep the loop.
So,
So you tighten up and dress the knot, and there's your loop.
alright, so I've got my loop. Is that big enough?
That's a little small, actually.
Okay, well, I'll practice it again anyway, so,
This was a little small also.
I'm going to make a loop. No, under. This goes under, right?
Goes over.
Goes over. So that goes over. And then, funny, I could learn chemistry and biology and microbiology for nursing, but I can't learn to tie knots. It's really weird. Okay, so that's over there.
Take the end of the rope, bring it up through the loop.
Then it goes through, and then it goes around
Yeah, round and under,
and
back down through the first loop.
Is this the first loop up here, or is
Yes.
this the first loop?
Yeah,
And then back through here.
yeah.
Okay? And that's it, right?
Yep.
And then tighten it all up. Keep a nice, good sized loop here. I can't figure out which part to tighten. All right. There. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so he says that's right. So is anything supposed to be able to pull through on this? Like if you pull on it, or should they
No,
all,
it doesn't change. It's a
they
fixed.
should all be tight at this point?
It's a fixed loop.
And they are. They're all tight. Nothing will.
Nothing moves.
Okay. Nice tight loop. Got my loop. Which I'll practice a few more times to get it down in my head.
Okay.
This is not the rock bag I'll be using, but it just was something handy for us to do this with. So I put 3 or 4 rocks in there. So we'll try this, and if I got to get more rocks in it, then I will. All right. So we said turn this up.
2 fingers up through.
But we're turning it up, right? Like this?
Yeah.
And then fold it together.
You gotta fold it down.
Fold it together like this.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And
the loop out. Put it down.
note down below the knot. Ooh, it's so cold! Okay, loop down below the knot. I guess I stick this in here.
Yeah.
And just pull that.
There you go.
And that ain't gonna go anywhere, they say. All right. There it is. So that's ready to throw.
You have your load on, it's up at the tree limb. You're just going to wrap it around your fingers here so that you can hold the bag in the air. And you're going to use your thumb and your forefinger to pinch the rope, okay?
Up here, okay? Something I didn't do right, so let's try it again.
You take the string, wrap it around 3 fingers,
3 fingers,
pinch it with your thumb and your forefinger,
right here.
put your thumb down, and roll the string up. Make a loop on the outside.
Okay,
Hold that with your thumb and forefinger.
right.
Take your hand and do the same thing again. Thumb down, roll it up.
Oh, you're going behind it.
Yeah, go behind it.
I went in front of it, but it's going around my finger. We don't want it around my finger, right?
Yeah, just go behind it.
Ah, that's what I did wrong. Okay, the first time I went in front. Now you stick the stick in
Now you stick the stick around it,
and pull these.
and you got yourself a knot.
And we got a knot. Not super pretty, but there it is. And then that goes up and hooks to the bag and won't let the bag fall. Okay, so we better practice that one again because that's. So we're taking this just like this. Keep wanting to turn it the wrong way. Oops. Which way do we push it in? That way,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
that way again
You got it.
behind. Stick in there.
Yeah.
And it's better if you don't make it quite so big, I guess.
Yeah.
Stick it there. And there it is. Okay. So now we're going to find a tree limb, and this will be the funny part. I think I'm getting a bear canister. over a high tree limb. Stay tuned for a different trick to see if we can make this happen. So I tried and I tried and I tried on that rock, as was obvious, and never could get it. Well, I had seen a lady at the park with this little gadget. She had to throw a ball for her dog, and I thought, well, maybe that'd work. So we went to the pet shop and got this. And it's a thing where you can just like sling it, and this ball, she was throwing it 50 feet, 60 feet, no problem. And she was not as coordinated as me, I don't think, although I'm apparently not very coordinated now. But anyway, so I thought, okay, we could put the rock bag in here and throw it. So now I do a few attempts at that, and you'll see the final result of that. And then you'll see the new way G shows me try to throw it, and finally have success. So we'll do that. So, let's see if our wrapping method ended up working. Thank you to Steve Walker for showing that way to unwrap your, or to wrap up your beer bag rope. I've been using it on my headphones. And works great. Okay, so we have this loop for
The rock bag.
the rock bag, right, okay. And I'm not going to go through me not having it down yet on how to do this, but I'll keep practicing it.
Now you can use it on this one.
But anyway, so we did the rock bag, we've thrown it over the tree, and then all we got to do is hook this, right?
Yeah.
And we also want to just hook it through there. This is for that PCT method, which, and you pull this up as high as it'll go, or up to the top of the tree. And then what we've just figured out, or what, you better come up here, you're probably gonna have to help me. So what I realized was, like reaching up here, I just couldn't hold this and do these loops. And we also went and got some lighter weight string today too. Now I'm going to get probably the Z-Packs bareback kit, and we'll see what kind of rope they have. But anyway, with gloves, this was a little bit hard to handle, but otherwise it was kind of handy. So what we figured out is, all right, so we've got the bag up there, and pull it around here like this, and then I'm going to finger up there, turn it here, with the thing in front, but then just basically just slip it over here. And we got that. Huh. Okay. So anyway, that's a much easier way to, for me, with the lack of strength that I have. Okay, now you let go of that, and let's see if I can do it and still have a hold the weight. So I came around the back, over this way. And once I've got that, then this slippery pen is not a very good thing to use. Okay, I got that. Once I've got that, then I can hold the pen. And it's a lot easier for me to hold that pen than to try to do two loops. So then I do this up, this over. Basically, we're just making a loop like this and slipping it on here, right? And then it's done. And then we can let it slip down and get caught. And that was possible for me to do without a lot of strength in my hands and my wrists. So the knots, I just need a lot of practice, if I can learn them. And it's the throwing that I'll still need more practice on. Getting the rock over the tree limb, and that was, how high was the one today?
About 23 feet.
So that was only about 23 feet, which, so if I had a 30-foot tree, I'm still out of luck. But I think just doing the one, like throwing it, is just lack of upper body muscle. It just wouldn't, there wasn't the muscle to do it up in one. But when you swing it around like that and sling it, that's a matter of timing, so that's really just a matter of practice. So hopefully we'll get there. So, was it fun?
Very much.
Was it funny?
Yeah, that too.
All at my expense, but that's okay, I don't mind. So, anyway, if you can't laugh at yourself, then you're not allowed to laugh at anybody else, right? Should you laugh? So everybody have a blessed day, and get out and hike.